Right now at 6, an Independence man involved in a fatal car crash pleads not guilty.
And not backing down. One of Wisconsin's top Republicans is standing by his threats to impeach a state Supreme Court justice. That's despite advice from other conservatives.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A Sparta pastor has been charged with sex crimes.
That's right. According to online records, 46-year-old Travis Becknell is charged with felony sexual exploitation by a therapist.
He is also charged with fourth-degree sexual assault, which is a misdemeanor in Wisconsin.
Becknell is the founding and lead pastor of Berrien Way Church, formerly known as the New Hope Fellowship. His initial appearance in Monroe County Court will be on October 30th.
Authorities have released more details about their investigation into a Sparta daycare. Sparta police announced they would investigate Great Beginnings Daycare in mid-September, and that prompted the state to close the center as the investigation played out. Today, police say the investigation began following a report of sexual misconduct at the daycare. With the investigation now closed, police say no adults are being recommended for charges. The juvenile accused of misconduct will be referred through youth justice. Police have said no further information will be released at this time.
An Independence man is pleading not guilty to charges over a car accident that left one woman dead. 25-year-old Gavin Becker is pleading not guilty to a felony count of homicide by negligent operation of a vehicle and a misdemeanor count of resisting obstructing an officer. Becker struck another car head-on after crossing the center line on Highway 53 in the town of Gale, killing the other driver. That's according to the criminal complaint. Becker told officers on the scene that his steering wheel had locked up on him, but when police found no car failure, he told police he had been on his phone. After hearing from the responding deputy, the judge says there's probable cause to go to trial. His court date is October 23rd.
Wisconsin's 3rd District Congressman denies using any vulgarity during a briefing on Israel on Wednesday, and that's according to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
Derek Van Orden says the White House sent the B team to that private briefing on the terrorist attack in Israel. Van Orden told News 8 Now yesterday that he won't join Democrats in defending weak foreign policy.
It's the latest in reported outbursts by the Prairie du Chien congressman, who was criticized by both parties this summer for cursing at Senate pages. And it's likely going to be used by Democrats to defend statements like this.
Whether it was attending the insurrection and using his campaign dollars to fund his trip to Congress, he does not have the temperament for Congress.
Now, Eau Claire businesswoman Rebecca Cook's office tweeted last month that Van Orden participated in the insurrection and now serves in the building he tried to burn down. While Van Orden confirmed attending the former President Trump's rally that day, he said he left the scene when it was clear a mob had formed, and he denounced political violence on his Twitter that same afternoon. As for Katrina Shanklin's claim about campaign fund usage, the Federal Election Commission has already dismissed those complaints against Van Orden.
The Wisconsin Assembly's Republican leader is not backing down from his impeachment threats. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos is standing by his threats to impeach Justice Janet Protasiewicz, the newest liberal member of the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's despite two former conservative justices advising him against the unprecedented move. The threats come over her refusal to step aside in a redistricting lawsuit that the state Supreme Court will hear soon. Vos is trying possible impeachment to see how she rules on the case. Oral arguments for the redistricting lawsuit are set for November 21st.
And that could have shockwaves throughout the Wisconsin political system, of course. In the meantime, a wet and rainy day today in the Coulee region, and more of that is on its way, Greg.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely going to be a wet period, at least through probably tomorrow evening, maybe into Saturday morning. But La Crosse has seen it. Now, Eau Claire is just starting to get the rain up there. It did take a little bit of time to get up there, but overall, if you look at the big picture, this system is pretty complex, but pretty strong. We even got severe weather out to the southwest and snow well to the west in Wyoming and Colorado, stretching into Utah. So in the case of it could be worse, this could be December, and that rain would definitely be in the form of snow overhead. But right now we do have that rain band, that light to moderate, even a pocket of heavy rain beginning to lift north towards Eau Claire. So as we zoom in, La Crosse has had pretty much light rain, occasionally a little bit of a moderate rain up to the north, but overall that's kind of been a trend. And Eau Claire is just starting to get that light rain pushing into the area, and that'll be the trend overall as we go. Overall winds are starting to pick up a little bit, but they're further stronger to the west, but that will be increasing. So expect the winds overnight to start picking up out of the east. Otherwise, Weather-wise, this evening is going to be a wet one for both locations as Eau Claire gets into the action here going through the night. Temperatures fairly steady in the upper 40s to near 50. Once again, La Crosse, light rain all night long. The winds won't be decreasing. That should be increasing overnight, so that's what we'll see. And yes, Friday is the 13th, and unfortunately, once again, it's going to be a wet and windy one. The good news is some areas might see a little bit of improvement towards the afternoon and evening, while others will not, and I'll show you that a little bit later in the broadcast.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
It's going to be great sleeping weather, Greg.
Awesome weather.
Absolutely. Well, hey, the 2023 Radiothon is nearing the end of its first day.
The event is the Children's Miracle Network's largest fundraiser of the year.
Yeah, this event is a big one for sure. The CMR, of course, helps families with the costs of treatment that their insurance does not cover.
It covers basics like food and gas, and also provides funds to families to improve their child's quality of life while receiving treatment. One cancer survivor says seeing everyone donate makes him happy.
I see hard people working to try and show people how big this impacts people who are going through hard times.
This year, organizers are hoping to raise $110,000. Radiothon does continue tomorrow if you'd like to donate. All the money donated during this event will stay in the La Crosse area.
Good cause for sure. Educating students about business. That's the goal of the first Junior Achievement Titan Experience. 4 local school districts visited Western Technical College in Independence to learn more about running a business. They got to participate in a simulation where they acted as a cell phone CEO and got to compete against each other to see who is the most successful. One organizer says she hopes today's event gets the students excited about personal finance.
And maybe they get some insight about budgeting and finances and get some interest in some of these areas, which really help teach some of those life skills that they can then also, take home with them.
Students can also choose to compete in a national version of the Titan competition for scholarship money. Junior Achievement is hoping to return to the area next year.
A heads up to residents in La Crosse, the city is going to be flushing its water system next week. The city officials say you may experience low water pressure or short-term water discoloration. Anyone who has discolored water should run a basement faucet or bathtub with cold water until it clears up. Street flooding is also going to be possible. Flushing begins Monday morning at 7 and is expected to last 2 to 3 days. Now, to see which areas will be affected, we will have a link posted on all of our digital platforms.
Coming up, the war in Israel continues.
The U.S. Secretary of State is on the ground working to prevent the conflict from widening.
For over 6 decades, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true for everyone. Starting Saturday at 7 a.m., the tradition continues during Blaine's Toyland opening weekend. Like top toys from Barbie, Hot Wheels, Melissa and Doug, and more. Plus, shop our Super Weekend doorbusters throughout the store, like $100 instant savings on any Cub Cadet snow thrower, and get these men's, kids, and toddlers outerwear styles for half price. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone, starting Saturday at 7 a.m.
One of the best selections of commercial vehicles in the Midwest can be found at Osseo Automotive in Osseo. From medium-duty trucks and vans to super-duty work trucks, cube vans, chassis cabs, and more, you'll find the most popular commercial vehicles from Ford and Chevrolet all in one location. Take advantage of Section 179 tax savings before the end of the year. Get to work with a new commercial truck or van from Osseo Automotive in Osseo. Shop online at OsseoAutoCommercial.com.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Israel's military chief of staff spoke out for the first time since Hamas carried out a massive terror attack Saturday, saying the military did not meet the challenge of protecting the country.
And as Israel continues to pummel Hamas targets in retaliation, the Gaza Health Ministry announced the death toll there has climbed to 1,400. More than 1,000 people in Israel have also been killed, including 25 U.S. citizens.
We want to warn you, some of the images in this report are disturbing. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
Tanks in southern Israel fired at targets in Gaza, part of Israel's retaliation for Saturday's barbaric attacks by Hamas. The terror group fired rockets of its own Thursday into the Israeli city of Sderot. In Gaza, as Israel's relentless air assault continues against Hamas, wounded Palestinian children crowd the hospitals.
They keep saying, leave the Gaza Strip. Where to? They bombed everything.
Israel says it won't end the Gaza siege, blocking food, fuel, and water from the territory until Israeli hostages are returned. Sharon Lifshitz's elderly parents are among those abducted.
We need your help. We need the world's help to bring those survivors back home now.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken traveled to Israel and met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today, pledging additional U.S. support and noting the situation is personal for him.
I come before you not only as the United States Secretary of State, but also as a Jew. I understand on a personal level the harrowing echoes that Hamas's massacres carry for Israeli Jews, indeed, for Jews everywhere.
Later at a donation center, he met with survivors of the dance party that Hamas attacked.
We lost a lot of our friends, close friends, and lots of family members.
He embraced the young woman, and a crowd of volunteers showed their appreciation. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
While in the Middle East, Blinken will also meet with King Abdullah of Jordan and Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in an effort to prevent the conflict from widening.
Well, still ahead, big Powerball wins.
The $1.7 billion jackpot was sold not in Wisconsin, in California, but there was another big winner close to home.
And we got football tomorrow night. It could be a messy one for several areas, but we could actually see less rain tomorrow evening. I'll break down when to expect the rain to end, how strong those winds will be, and when we'll finally dry out this week, and all that coming up after the break.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
The weekend to-do list. It's a lot easier with the help of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Attachments connect with ease, so you can knock out every task on your list. Whether you're moving earth, leveling a path, or mowing and mulching, one thing you're not doing is wrestling with the attachments. So you actually have time to enjoy your space and work on planning the next big project. John Deere 1 Series compact tractors. Versatile, easy, and affordable. Find yours at Tractor Central.
It's a John Deere day. Get 11% off at Menards and add style and function to your home. Where the perfect fixture can spotlight your newfound skills in the kitchen. Where the right pendant takes daily dinner from basic to brilliant. And where your decorating choices are all of a sudden illuminated. With Patriot Lighting, your lighting becomes a reflection of your personal style. Get the Miele Vanity Light for just $48.85 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off Patriot Lighting only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the chicken bacon artichoke pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
When you're able to connect your finances and your gifts of giving and time and talent, it really helps fulfill my desire to be part of a greater good.
In 1925, a new furniture store opened its doors in Fountain, Minnesota. Now 98 years later, we're Drury's. Same location, same family, same philosophy. Sell quality furniture, keep prices affordable, and give our customers the best service possible. 4 generations later, Drury's is bigger and better than ever, so we're celebrating with our 98th anniversary sale, our biggest sale ever. Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, celebrating 98 years of furnishing the area with quality furniture.
Stock up this month with the Holman Locker and Meat Market's 10-pound sale. Save on pork loin roast, ground beef, chicken breast, and chuck roast. Please call to order. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, another Powerball jackpot has come and gone.
The $1.73 billion jackpot was won in Kern County in Southern California.
Bummer.
Darn
But
it.
we do have a winner a little closer to home. A $100,000 winning ticket was sold at the Toma Mini Mart over on West Clifton Street.
Players have 180 days from the draw date to claim their winnings. For more information on how to claim your prize, we'll have a link on all our digital platforms.
Attention all film buffs, the Rivoli Theater is hosting its first ever Adventure Film Festival. The 2-night event begins tonight and has received film entries from all over the world. Tickets are going to be $5 for one night or $7 for the entire event. Viewers will also be able to vote live for their favorite films, and those finalists will be announced on day 2. Tickets are available through a link on our website or the Rivoli's website. We've got both of those hooked up for you on all of our digital platforms.
Sounds like fun.
What would you do with $1 billion?
Oh my gosh. I would buy my mother a new house and then take the entire family on a big European vacation.
Big family?
Yeah, medium size.
Couple of siblings at least?
Yeah,
Okay.
2 brothers.
Conventional, but a smart beginning to $1 billion.
Yeah.
I think I'd go the same route. How about Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart? What would you do if you had $1 billion?
Well, I could do the Austin Power thing there too, you know, but I don't know what I would do. But I know one thing, it's going to be wet here for at least the next 36 hours if we look at precipitation-wise. Mostly light rain tonight, but really it's going to be the Friday morning commute where we could see heavy at times, and then it'll lighten up probably towards Friday evening, but especially towards Saturday morning once again. For the winds, that's going to be the other story too for the morning commute. We're definitely going to see them increasing tonight. The strongest winds look to be Friday morning. We could have gusts over 30, maybe 40 at times. We'll see. And then they do start to decrease slowly, but still breezy conditions at least through Saturday morning. Overall, here's the one band we're watching tonight. It started to approach Eau Claire now. Areas well to the south of La Crosse may see some breaks here and there, more showery action overnight, but this band's going to kind of sit up to the north, just north of La Crosse to Eau Claire, all the way through the night, so light to occasional moderate rainfall. And then we got a break kind of coming in probably late tonight, right before the morning commute for a lot of areas south or west of La Crosse. But then here's that band that we're expecting moderate to heavy to lift through the area about 6 to 7. It'll expand and include the whole entire area after 7 or 8, and then it kind of rotates up. So really to the noon hour, we're going to see light to moderate rain, even pockets of heavy rain with those winds. But notice as we get towards the afternoon, some dry air gets pushed up. So areas south of La Crosse by tomorrow afternoon, especially as we go to 3 to 4, we'll start seeing more showery action in the precipitation, while the steady rain, moderate, will continue just north of Eau Claire. That's the trend towards the evening, although this area begins to pull a little bit further north. So by the time we get to high school football, some of the areas south of Eau Claire may see on and off showers. Won't be a steady light to moderate rain, but north of Eau Claire, a different story through the evening hour. That's going to sit up there as we go through the night. We'll kind of see some breaks. So Friday evening may not entirely be an all-day rain thing, but it'll definitely be windy and still wet. Here's a low still as it begins to pull up. You can see the swirl there over in Iowa that begins to push up. By the time we get to Saturday morning, it's going to start drifting to the southeast. We're going to start getting a little bit drier air. The winds turn around. So even though Saturday morning will start off kind of rain, we'll start seeing drier conditions and at least maybe a few showers in the afternoon Saturday, but a lot of areas will begin dry. The thing is that'll continue as we go towards Sunday into early next week. We're going to get those northerly winds, but we have dry conditions. It's not until about middle of next week, once again, that we have another system come through. That's more late Wednesday into Thursday, so we'll have to watch that once we get past this system right now. Overall, as we look at the amount of precipitation, Here's what we're expecting through tomorrow morning. Some areas could pick up 1 inch or even more tomorrow, so quite a bit of rainfall just in this short time span. Overall, we're still looking at a lot of areas getting 2 inches, a little bit further south, maybe 1 to 1.5 because of that dry air kind of poking up tomorrow afternoon, and then lots of rain as you go further west where it'll continue to rotate through. So still a good soaker for a lot of areas. Precipitation intensity, really, once again, it's that morning time for at least La Crosse. We're going to see quite a bit of rainfall. Could be heavy at times. It'll start and lighten a little bit up as we go into the afternoon hours, and then especially we'll start seeing lighter rain or just showers. It's a different story for Eau Claire. They'll see some of the heavier rain in the morning, but it's really as we go in the afternoon hours that they'll start seeing more light, moderate rain continuing. There it kind of catches up for us. As you can see, as we go to the afternoon, they'll keep the rain going probably moderate-wise all the way through Friday evening and potentially Friday night, especially as you go further north of Eau Claire. So there's a little bit of difference going on there depending on where you are and how much the rain will continue. But overall, we should all dry out as we get closer to Sunday with mid-50s, and then early next week should be dry, a little bit below average, but still nothing too bad. And then our next chance of rain comes late next week where we might touch 60 once again, but definitely going to be a wet and windy Friday the 13th.
Spooky indeed.
Definitely it is.
Greg, thanks very much. Hey, coming up next in sports, the Wild hit the ice for the first time this season tonight, plus the cross-country season coming down the final stretch. And can anyone catch Onalaska's Manny Putz? The NBC Championships being held in West Salem this afternoon. Rob is in next.
Don't be tricked by sales and free stuff. Better products at better prices on all your home improvements during the 2023 Fall Home Show at the Board Store Home Improvements. Don't miss it.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are an 8-ounce New York strip, $5.99. Select Frito-Lay snacks, $2.29 each when you buy 3. And Yoplait, 10 for $6, plus a 10-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
Hello? Yeah, this is Russell Nicolay. Yeah, bald head, sunglasses, you got it. Yeah. Billboards, baby.
Whoa, 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 man. Hey, if they want the real Nicolay, they should get the real Nicolay. Thank you. Russell Nicolay here. Yeah, we can help.
In a world full of choices, make sure you get the real Nicolay.
Fake beard, really, man?
Well, come on, it's like looking in a mirror, isn't it?
I don't know about that.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with the TurboMax engine. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Honey, where are the kids?
I put them in the furnace so I could figure out why we don't have any heat.
You did what?
Maybe it's that loose wire.
Maybe it's that plug vent.
Maybe it's the bad igniter.
Maybe it's a dirty flame sensor.
Or maybe...
Why don't we just call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning?
Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial customers within 50 miles of West Salem.
Introducing Hy-Vee Perks. Get members-only prices. Bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. And Tide, H Perks price $9.97. Make the switch or sign up today. It's free and easy.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
The fall sports season for high school athletes is coming down the final stretch, and for the cross-country competitors, we're just over 2 weeks away from the state championship in Wisconsin Rapids. And today, the MVC holding its conference championship in West Salem. Let's hit the trail at Maple Grove. The boys starting things off. It was rainy, it was windy, but that didn't stop Onalaska's Manny Putz. He's in a class of his own. He was flying through this course. Check out the time, the junior turning on the jets as he gets closer to the finish line. Putz crosses at just over 15 minutes and 9 seconds. A clear-cut first-place finish. After he caught his breath for a few seconds, he was cheering on his teammate, Blake Bernstad. He finishes second overall at just over 16 minutes and 5 seconds. Aquinas' Jonathan Skemp, Sparta's Ben Carney, and Onalaska's Arlo White round out the top 5. After the boys, it was the girls' turn to hit the trail. Early on in the race, Logan freshman Karina Ramakrishnan leading the field with a mob of Holman Vikings close behind. But the Vikings would get in front of Logan. Sabrina Lechner takes the lead with just under a mile to go, and Sabrina would get the win with a time of 19:28. The Blue Gold's Alexa Myrie would come in second at 19:44. Holman's Sydney Valiska would round out the top three at 19:47. The high school volleyball season wraps up tonight on the Wisconsin side. What a way to cap it off. Two crosstown rivals will be going at it tonight in La Crosse. Riverhawks, Rangers, round 2 tonight. These two squads met back in September. That one was all Logan. Rangers winning it in 4 sets that night. We'll see if the Riverhawks can get some revenge tonight. They'll be the 9 seed in the D1 sectionals next week. Logan gets the 5 seed in Division 2. Well, it's time to get wild. The NHL season is off and running. Minnesota gets to hit the ice tonight at home as the Wild welcome in the defending Eastern Conference champs. Florida Panthers, they're coming into town tonight. It should be a fun one. As for the Wild, they finished 46, 25, and 11 last season. They've struggled against Florida, though, as of late. Minnesota getting swept by the Panthers last year. They've lost the last 5 meetings against those pesky Florida Panthers. I'm afraid to ask our resident expert.
I love hockey, if that's what you're going to ask.
There you go.
That's exciting,
But who's winning tonight? Are we going with the Wild, our team here, or are we going with the field?
Wild.
All right, finally, a little hometown pick.
She hasn't had a bad pick yet, so all the Wild fans out there start celebrating early, I guess.
Good sign. I love that.
All right.
Rob, thanks very much. We'll be right back after this.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
At All Auto, buy 3 tires at our everyday low price and get the 4th for free. Plus, you'll still get any manufacturer rebates. If you can find a better deal anywhere, we'll match it. But we'll be surprised if you do. Learn more at dollauto.com. Simple.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
The service departments at the Doll Auto Group are staffed by the most experienced team in the region. Whether you're buying a used car they've inspected or driving home one they've serviced, you can trust their work for years to come. Doll Auto, simple.
Yeah, Friday morning's commute's definitely going to be a windy, wet one, so something to keep in mind of. It looks a little bit better for the evening one, too. I think a lot of areas will see some drier air, but still it's going to be wet overall for the entire day. We do dry out finally Saturday. Temperatures remain in the 50s. Should be cloudy and cool for the first part of next week with maybe more rain towards the end, but it's for the next 24 hours it's going to be wet.
All right.
Okay, pack those umbrellas.
Yeah, brace for it, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6.
We'll see you at 10.